Welcome, everybody. Midlife Vices, episode 209. You filthy animal. We are the Booster Gold of YouTube shows. As always, I am here with Jim, and this week we are going to be giving you our top 10 movie animals, TV animals, scenes, whatever that may be. What's going on, Jim?
Not much, Steve. Thank you for doing this again. Just for anybody that didn't catch that take two, we did this earlier this week, and I was feeling terrible during the recording, and it showed. So
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to go into details, but there was buckets and projectile stuff happening. So,
yeah, hit the video.
Hit the video.
No, yeah, I was feeling terrible. That's the. I think I told Steve the next day, "Hey, we need to record again." That was the worst I've felt in years.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like I had the flu or anything like that. It was just, I don't know what it was. It was bad though. I don't wish that on anyone.
I imagine the White Russian on top of the brats probably. I mean, all the way back to the early World Wars, the Russians and Germans didn't really
Get along.
see eye to eye. So, yeah, probably wasn't a good idea.
I wanted one. It seemed like a good idea, and you're right. It probably wasn't. But yeah, no, I am feeling 1,000 times better. I'm still tired. I'm still going to yawn throughout this whole thing. We've been super busy. I was just telling Steve that we bought over $700 in bushes and trees, and it fills half of a truck bed. That's very sad. But we marked them all in the yard where they're going to go, and we're going to start planting tomorrow. So,
are those for the windbreak?
Yeah, on our west.
Oh.
So
nice.
Yep, and the next year we'll do the ones on the south side.
So. Right. Cool. And how big are they? Like they're just saplings basically, or I guess
a lot of them are just bare root. Look like sticks, but we do have some potted cedars.
Okay. So how long before they'll actually serve their purpose?
Oh, probably 10 years. I'll be 60.
Wow.
I know. There's a good chance I might be dead before I see their full potential.
Yeah.
I guess I won't even see it then.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it'll give the kids something to climb on. Yeah. That'll be nice.
There's a broken arm.
Yeah. Now, you've been busier than I've been. I've just been enjoying the spring weather for a change. It's been just beautiful here the last couple of days. It's supposed to stay that way. Snow's starting to melt off. We're actually able to take Parker out for his walks back where we walked him before. We may have to hold off for a little bit with that, though, because off the side of the road where we take them, there's a lot of bushes, and they still have some snow over them. So even though it's only like 6 inches of snow, it's like a 2-foot drop into the bush. So if he doesn't see those coming, then like today I had to kind of trounce through the snow to go pick him up because I didn't want him fighting out of the snow and hurting his hips and stuff because that can happen pretty easy. So, but yeah, so he's loving that. And sat outside on the porch, had a couple drinks yesterday, did the same today, just enjoying the nice weather.
Yeah, today was the first day I was in a tank top and shorts.
Yeah.
It was pretty nice.
Yes, for sure.
So I'm sure one of these episodes, the tank top's coming back.
I picked up a Snoopy shirt today. The only problem is when I'm not sitting here, when I'm standing up, it's a little tight. You could actually get a little nip action going through the.
You can
This
see
is
it has nothing to do with. I mean, it has to do with you losing the weight. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't change your height. I have to wear a medium shirt, so
right,
I can see, my nipples in every shirt I own.
right.
It's just the way it is. They're not too small on me. They're just tight on me because I am not a large. So
Yeah, for sure. But it's interesting. It keeps me excited a little bit.
I
This
have diamond cutters too. When I worked in Alaska, you can see mine through sweatshirts. Not even joking.
through sweatshirts.
Through a sweatshirt. Yep. Diamond cutters. Buddy. Diamond cutters. I'm giving the
Diamond
people what they
cutters.
want.
Nice. All right. This is PG-13 now. This is PG-13. Hi, Jim's mom. How you doing? So, all right.
She's
She's seen. You were just gonna. She's seen your diamond cutters before.
She's seen these diamond cutters. Yeah.
Nice. That's funny. That was good timing. Nice. All right. So, what watching and reading this week? If I don't know if you read anything, but
Well, I've read a little bit of that book that's you can't see right there,
huh.
the Immortal Hulk. I'm not quite as enamored with it as most people seem to be. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. I'm unlike you. I'm not a superhero guy,
Right.
so that might be part of my problem. But I don't know. It's just I need a little bit more to go on out of the 8 that I've read. So I'm only 8 issues in.
Sure.
So
Well, I remember you liked the first issue. You enjoyed quite a bit. I remember you
yes,
mentioned that. And then,
yes. And then I don't know. It gets a little weird for me. Like the Hulk is now dismembered in a whole bunch of jars, and it's because he wants to see what he's capable of. It seems strange.
yeah.
You know, uh, you know, I'm sure it's going to get good because everyone loves it. So I'm hoping for the best.
I
But
have
I'm pretty
yet
sure.
to find a Hulk book I can stick with. I'm hoping the Philip Kennedy Johnson one coming out is going to be something I can stick with. But yeah, for some reason, Hulk stories are tough for me, even as a superhero fan.
Well, I think the first issue reminded me of the television show. It was the closest thing that I've seen of the television
Right.
show. Uh, and just because I like the out of control Hulk, I like that where the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing.
Right.
So, and that's kind of what this is. Peter Parker, Bruce Banner almost doesn't have a role in the story so far.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
I'll just see where it goes. And I mean, like I said, I own 30 issues of it. I've got 8 of them read. So
Sure. Yeah. Nice. And then watching what you watched.
uh, well, we're my number one. We're wait till you get to it again.
Okay.
But Ted Lasso. Let's go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah.
Fantastic episode, the last one. I really enjoyed it. Trying to remember it now. That's funny.
Yeah, it was.
They lost a
It
match.
was a real good episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was the absolute right move. Like
Yeah,
if they'd won
I
that,
really enjoy how they handled the Nate stuff
right.
because it did lessen the hatred of Nate a little. So
Yeah, you can see in his eyes he's starting to question Rupert a little bit, but he still wants to please both sides. Like
yeah,
he still wants
well,
to be accepted by both sides, and it's obviously I mean my money is that he's going to realize that he's not going to ever get it from Rupert before we get to the end of the series. So um, yeah,
yeah, boy, they just keep making Rupert more and more detestable, huh?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's like nothing good about that character, which is
no,
in a show where I've liked every character except for him. It's kind of weird to me that they make him such a sleazeball.
Right from the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, from the beginning to even worse now.
Yeah.
Which I like new Becca. New Becca, you know.
Yeah. And then, of course, the end of the episode was fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you. Yeah, the phone call with his wife.
Right.
Finally able to say what he thinks, and then my favorite part of the whole episode was his wife's smile at the end. Like, hey,
Right.
he might come around. And I know we had talked about it. Was there any kind of reconciliation that you think was going to happen? No, I don't think that at all.
Right.
But yeah, I enjoyed that episode quite a bit.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was better than the previous week, I think. Have you watched Mandalorian yet?
No,
No, you still haven't got around to it. Okay.
no, no. Is it a standalone episode?
Uh, yeah.
That's what
I
I think.
mean,
I mean, that's what I've
it's
seen.
it's tied to the previous one a little bit, but um, or not the previous, maybe two episodes ago. which was the one with the I can't remember with the woman and the guy. Just that episode about the two of them.
Okay. 2 or
It's
3
tied to that
episodes.
one. Yeah, it's tied to that one a little bit. It kind of elaborates on that a little tiny bit on her character. So, but yeah, it's an odd episode. It was good. I liked it, but yeah, it's kind of standalone.
Now, do you think? Because I keep reading online, like, oh, it's Star Wars overkill. I don't
No,
think so at all. I think it
I
might
don't
be a
think.
little. Go ahead.
How can anything have overkill? If there's too much, just don't watch it all. Right? I mean, that's
Yeah, which I think is happening a little bit,
yeah.
but I don't. I maybe a little too much Grogu. Uh,
Goku. Oh no,
whatever his name
Grogu.
is.
Grogu.
Grogu,
There you go.
Goku,
Yeah,
Grago.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, just
Goku's
because
Dragon Ball Z.
I think he looks so fake when he walks.
Yeah, they should have
Yeah,
kept him in his pod more
yeah, or
carried or
cripple him. Don't let him walk. Uh, yeah, it says I anytime he walks, I lose all sense of that's a real creature.
right.
So,
Yeah.
but anyway, so
But
let's
yeah, I
talk
mean, the
about.
way I look at the Star Wars shows right now, there's a lot of them out there, and they're not all for everybody, and I think that's good. I think I'm not a fan of Andor. Um, I
So
wasn't a fan of Boba Fett, but I really like Mandalorian. I really liked Obi-Wan. So yeah, I mean, I think there's enough there for everybody. So yeah, as far as being burnt out or overkill with it, no, I don't think it can get to that point.
yeah, well, that and you're right. You do not have to watch everything.
No,
Not everything is made for me.
nope.
So,
So
but I am enjoying the Mandalorian. What I've seen of it, I
yeah.
just haven't seen this week's yet. I
Yeah.
did finally catch up on Ghosts. I don't know if I told you that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that last
We
episode was
were
good,
2
huh?
episodes behind, and
Yeah.
I want to say Rupert, but that's not her husband's name. That comes back and wants to take Pete to hell.
I believe it is.
Is his name Rupert?
I think it's also Rupert.
Oh, well, that's
Yes,
just odd.
I believe so.
So there
I'm
was
not. I'm
that
not going to
one.
look it up, but whatever it is, yeah,
There was that one, and there was what's her name's distant relative, the singer.
right. Yeah,
So, which that episode cracked me up.
it was good. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Is that
The show's
wait,
consistent.
is that the one where Flower walked through him? Walked through.
We don't know any of the characters' names, but
Yeah, I can't remember.
I know Thor and Flower. Everybody else, I just
Betty
Pete,
or Hetty,
Eddie, Pete.
Pete.
Yeah,
Now we're just going to name characters. Her husband, the main character's husband. I can't remember the main character's name. So,
right.
Sam. Samantha.
Yes, there you go.
but I can't
But yeah,
remember
she
his
walked.
name. Anyway,
Yeah,
he's cooking and
yeah.
can't remember what he's trying to walk through flour. Because if you haven't watched the show, anybody watching this, whenever they walk through a ghost, something happens. Like flour, if they walk through flour, they're immediately stoned out of their minds. They walk through Nigel. It smells really bad in the room. Anyway, this stuff happens, and
Yeah.
it's quite comical. Who? Oh, it's her husband, Rupert, for lack of a better name. They
Hetty's
walk
husband,
through him,
or
and they get really
Samantha's husband, or
no. Hetty's,
Hetty's?
yeah. They walk through him, and they get all hot and bothered,
Hetty's
like
husband.
they get like a 70-year-old woman around you.
Elias.
Ah,
Elias Woodstone. There you go. Yeah,
so yeah.
that's
Anyway,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a good show. I really
that's
like it.
easily the best sitcom on TV right now. I think.
Yeah, for
Of
sure.
course, that's the only one I'm watching too. So,
Yeah,
so
nice. Yeah, we're up to season 7 on How I Met Your Mother. We just started season 7, so I don't know where it's going. That was the one with Barney's wedding. They don't show who he's marrying. He's just talking about having to wear the same tie for the rest of his life. Uh, so good episode. Um, and Ted just declined to protect the Arcadian hotel. So yeah, I mean that shows it's funny. We laugh a lot at that.
so you have not seen the Naked Man episode yet?
No, not yet. No.
It's my favorite episode of this whole series.
Yeah, it's good. But my best of the week was definitely Big Door Prize. So this show, and I think you're with me on this.
Yep,
4 episodes now. It's on Apple, right? Apple Plus.
Apple TV.
Yeah,
Yep.
so good. It's such a good, interesting story, and this episode was funny, and it had feelings, and it seemed realistic. Like I could see my family in this situation.
Yes, and I'm with you. I'm with you there too. This is probably my best of the week as far as TV. Uh, yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. I laughed a lot at that one woman dancing because we definitely don't know anyone's name of this show.
No, 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 we don't.
Yep, it's if you're not watching the Big Door Prize, go watch it. 4 episodes, catch up. Only a half hour long.
So the premise is that there's this machine that shows up in this convenience store, and it gives you tickets. Well, it takes your fingerprints and your social security number, and then it gives you a ticket, and it tells you your life potential. And it's just the effects that people believing that this may be the truth has on the direction of their life. And it's really interesting the way it goes forward. So,
People get divorced. People change careers. People
right.
kind of start riding motorcycles.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's so much so that it's based on a book. I plan on picking up the book. I'm going to read the book, so probably before I finish watching the series. So
Right.
yeah, I really want to check this book out. So
Nice. Awesome. My other thing was Black Widow. We watched that again, and I really liked that movie. It was the second time watching it, and it's better than I remember it. Great characters. It's separate from the Marvel universe. I mean, it obviously takes place in it. It's right after Civil War, but um, yeah, it's a good spy thriller with a couple characters, So some good stuff, some good storytelling, some of the best storytelling in the MCU, I think, for Natasha's character. So really,
good.
really enjoyed that. So that is the best of the week. I didn't read a thing. I don't think I was Doom Patrol. I've been reading, but I think that might have been last week. I don't know if I talked about it on the last show or not. I'm actually enjoying that. That's the Doom Patrol from the '80s.
Mhm.
Yeah, we talked about that. Grant Morrison is writing it. Yeah, that's right. We did talk about it. So I will not repeat any of that. Watching
Yeah,
the show now though on HBO Max, and the show was great, and my wife likes it as well, which surprised me because it's really odd characters, but it's really fun.
She seems to like a lot of the shows that you like. There's a joke here. I'm not going to make it. Let's go.
Make it. No.
Yeah,
There's only one thing.
All things with you, she seems pretty easily pleased. So,
yeah, well, obviously, very easily pleased. Yes, or very good at pretending. One of the two.
There you go.
And really, I don't care either way. I mean,
who cares?
Whatever, as long as she lets me watch the shows, right? As long as she lets me watch the shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Moving along quickly, said the actress to the bishop.
Oh, yes. Wow.
You
You show me yours and I'll show you mine.
Okay,
what
so we
do
did
you
something a
have?
little different here.
Right. You want to click on? You just want me to click on them? You probably don't even have access to them, do you?
Well, I probably do. I just don't ever touch the screen. All right, this is my dog Chipper, who's been nothing but a highlight in our life for the last 7 months. He's a nut.
How much does he weigh now?
I don't know. He hasn't been to the vet in a bit. I would guess 90 pounds.
Yeah.
He's supposed to top off at about 100, but that's not supposed to be at the end of the second year. So
Sure.
yeah, he's definitely a Great Pyrenees. Really, I mean, he looks like a coonhound, but he's half Great Pyrenees as well.
Sure.
He just sits in our yard and stares in a direction and barks at anything he thinks might come this way. That's
Sure.
all he does. And every morning I let him out and he's gone. He's just I don't know what he's after, but he's gonna go find the coyotes or something. So yeah, he's I'll give you a lot of credit for pushing Parker, because that really reignited the flame for me to want to get a dog.
Nothing beats it.
What's that?
Nothing beats it.
Oh,
They're just
yeah,
just entertainment all the time.
watching him with my boys and watching my wife pet him when she don't think I'm watching, because she was not wanting the dog at first.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but she loves him, and he's a
Of
great dog.
course.
Great dog.
Yeah. You make sure there's no dead stuff laying around your property.
No, he brings all kinds of dead stuff around our property. He brings all the dead animals to our property.
Nice.
But small price to pay for.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Mine is very similar. This is Parker. We got him 2 years ago, almost to the date now. He was 12 weeks when we got him. He is a Border Collie cross. Loves playing with his Frisbee. Always has to have it wrapped around his head. He's been neutered. So here he was as a puppy. The eyes always get you. It's hard to believe he was ever this small. We took him to the vet the other day for a shot. Last October, November, he was 65 pounds. Last week, he was 78. Some of that's winter weight, and some of that is he's just kind of went over the 2-year mark, so he's putting on that last bit of weight. Now that he can get out and exercise more, he'll probably get down to about 72, 73 pounds, get back in shape. So,
Nice.
yeah, I do have a couple other things here of him. Let me find them real quick. I mentioned the Frisbee. So he likes to play with 2 toys. He's got his Frisbee and then usually a ball.
That's the strangest frisbee I've ever seen. It's not flat.
No, well, it's a disc, but as soon as he gets it, he takes his paws and he folds it in half. And
Oh,
now those are getting so soft because he's had them for so long, he can actually fold it into quarters, so he can get the whole thing in his mouth where I can't get a hold of it to pull it away from him. But yeah, he'll lean on it, put his weight on it, and fold it into a little triangle. It's pretty impressive. Very good with his feet.
or a dog me.
Yeah, or dog me. Very nice. That was. Hold on. I got to. Okay, say that again. What is it?
I forgot.
Or a dog me?
Or a dog me.
All right. That was right on cue. That was perfect. So, but yeah, he's also very good with his feet. So he's a pretty good soccer player. Yeah. And he'll get on the kitchen floor and he'll put his paw down on it and he'll pop it so it spins and rolls across the floor.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah. So that is Parker. Again, he's just over 2 years. Never had any issues with him. He's just great. He's just great.
Of course,
Dogs are awesome.
named after Peter Parker.
Named after Peter Parker, absolutely. Named after Peter Parker.
We did not get the name Chipper. He came with the name. So,
He's named after the. Is it in Fargo?
I have no idea.
Oh, don't they chip up a body or something in Fargo?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, he definitely is a her bring logs. Her go find logs, not sticks, logs,
Right.
and he brings them into the yard. So we always figured that's why they named him Chipper, because he wanted to chew on wood.
Probably. Or he was just very happy.
I got like dirty jokes going through my head.
Star Wars event, whatever it's called, happening this week, last week.
Celebration.
There you go, the celebration. Yes.
Star Wars weekend happened.
Yeah, and there was a big celebration. I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, a lot of announcements came out of it. You mentioned the only one you saw was
Ahsoka trailer.
Ahsoka.
Still the only one I've seen.
Yeah, I think that's pretty. I mean, the other stuff has just been mentions of it coming out. They showed a timeline, some write ups on it. So we're going to see new post trilogy happening.
A post-trilogy trilogy.
Post original trilogy. Yes, trilogy. So I guess it would be like 10 through 12 happening with Rey, I think is the plan. I'm probably way off on that, but I think that's where they're going with it. And some Old Republic stuff, which I'm very excited about. Wherever it goes, by the time you mentioned being 60 earlier, so
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure my boys will be about the age where it's going to appeal to them too. So
Oh yeah, by the time it comes out, they'll be closing in on 10 probably.
yeah, it'd be close.
Yeah. So that is the news for the week. We have no cards and letters. Actually, we did have a letter. Jason posted the letter T from last week in
That's
the chat.
right. He did.
So we had the letter T.
I don't know what that could stand for. So
Uh,
many things.
I don't know.
Thanks.
I wish I had a Sesame Street video to play.
You want to get this thing flagged and not go up on YouTube?
Sponsored by the letter T. Yeah. If it gets flagged and doesn't go up,
But just record another one. That's what we do.
it'll be Jason's fault. That's right. Take three. All right. And that's going to take us into our top 10. That's a great drum
Yeah.
solo right there. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? Should I, or should I just forego those?
I don't know. Depends.
Okay, we'll stick with them for now. Then
Yeah. Well,
absolutely stick with it.
yeah.
It's
I
it's
mean,
uh, it's very artsy. I put a lot of time and effort and heart and soul into that. So yeah, maybe
art and
once
soul. Yep.
once season 3 rolls around, we'll see where
Reassess.
it goes. Yeah, reassess. All right, what do you got for number 10?
My number 10 is edited version Poophead/Stupid from The Jerk, the dog.
Right.
Uh, one of my favorite meetings of a dog ever is Steve Martin is asleep in a hotel room, and all of a sudden there's a dog barking at the door. So he gets up and goes to the door. He's like, "What is it, boy? What's the problem?" Dog's barking. Is it an accident? Is it? Dog keeps barking. It's a fire. It barks even louder. It's a fire. Oh my! He runs outside, knocks on the door next to him, and says, "Woof, woof, woof," instead of it's just fantastic. I just
Yes.
love myself.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's just very funny. And then
That movie's great all around.
yeah, I mean, I own it, but it's been a while since I've seen it. So I mean, the cans is probably my favorite. These cans are defective. Anytime someone drops a soda and it shoots out or something, I do that. That can's defective.
Well, you know from the very first second of that movie that it's going to be great.
I was born a poor black child. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. You know from that point on it's going to be good. So, yeah, very cool dog. Very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Very funny
Just funny. I mean, scenes of him dragging the dog down the highway, and I don't even remember where the dog ends up, but yeah, he makes me laugh. So stupid.
My number 10 for animals in a movie, we have snakes from Indiana Jones. Any of them, take your pick. He's so confident and cocky with everything except for the snakes.
Yep, this is my number 9.
Yeah. It's very comical. And of course, the scene is iconic in Raiders. It's in Raiders, right? Where you see the reflection.
Yeah, it's when he.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, so many more snake scenes. And yeah, so that's my number 10. I think it's pretty iconic.
Yeah, I think it's very iconic, actually. But yeah, so that's.
Is there a difference between pretty iconic and very iconic, or is iconic
just the adjective
iconic?
in the front? Yeah.
Strenuously object. You strenuously object.
Oh well, then let me reconsider. Snakes, Raiders.
Snakes, not on a plane.
Snakes in the ground.
Okay. My number 9 is from Happy Gilmore. Happy gets his revenge on the gator that took Chubb's hand. Dives in the water, wrestles him, comes up with the balls, drops the elbow on his head.
And Chubb is dead at this point, right?
Yes, Chubb has died.
Yeah.
Yes, they've already done the we've only just begun, or the music scene with the clown and the unicycle and the.
We have to watch this movie. Man, there's so many movies that we talk about that it's been a while since I've seen them.
Uh-huh. So that is my number 9. Yeah, that whole movie is great. I think one of my favorite parts of the movie is the montage where he's dancing with his caddy.
I like when he's the beginning when he's getting fired from all his jobs.
Yeah.
That might be.
Yeah, that's good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or when he's just taking the ball from the pitching machine right in the chest. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Well, that's not a montage.
Toughening up. Huh?
That's not a montage, though.
No, that's not part of the montage, no. No.
Yeah,
Okay.
great. My number 8, Bob the Rat from Friends.
Bob the Rat from Friends.
Phoebe.
Oh, you caught me off guard with this one.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
This is just because Bob was a girl. And
Yes.
and they carried around these baby rats everywhere they went, and Mike got to see the full crazy Phoebe, which was just fantastic. And
Yeah.
then I can't remember the mouse where Mike had set traps and caught. It's not Bob. It's a mouse. Oh, Susie. Yeah, it's just great.
Yeah.
Friends is fantastic.
Yeah. That's a fun scene. I completely forgot about that altogether.
Yeah, I just thought about it probably 20 minutes before recording. I was like, let's make it my list. My new number 8.
Your new number 8.
My
Nice.
new number 8.
My number 8, Petey the Bird
It's my number 1.
from Dumb and Dumber. We will talk about it once we get to number 1. For sure. So, we're moving right along here. All right.
Unlike most things, when you practice this or do it multiple times, it gets faster.
True. Yeah,
Were we at number 7?
we are.
Number 7 is Vincent from Lost. And
Vincent from Lost, this one is higher on my list. So we will talk about it once we get there. Awesome dog. Awesome dog. So they knew this scene from when they first started writing it. They knew that was going to be the last scene.
oh, really?
Yeah. That's the one thing they knew was that was going to be it.
I have to start watching that show again too.
Yeah, it's almost summertime, so it'll be time for our 12th watch through, I think. Yeah, our 12th. So,
Dang. Impressive.
yeah, that's a lot. I know I don't usually repeat watching stuff, but that's one of them.
Yeah. When you love something, you love something.
True. Number 7 for me, Angela's cat. When Angela's cat gets sick, it has all these medical problems. Dwight decides to give her a hand, help her out, and the cat ends up dead in the freezer. Michael's reaction, I think, makes that scene for sure.
Because he knew. See, it's that makes him a better boss than we ever want to give him credit for. Because he listened to his employees and he knew the cat's name, Sprinkles. And just. I don't know. The more I watch that, the more I like Michael Scott, which I probably shouldn't. But
no, I mean he's very likable. What was I mentioned it the other day, watching Office Ladies podcast or listening to the Office Ladies podcast. Watching it didn't work so well, so I turned up the volume and it made it much better. They talk about I think it's episode 2, 3. Is it the fire drill? No, it's the sexual harassment one where he can't say use the that's what she said line anymore, and then when he gets really excited about it, and then or am I getting this confused?
I think that's a gay witch hunt, isn't it?
Office Olympics. That's the one where they talk about he first gets his humanity, kind of when he gets he's holding the trophy and they give their natural reaction to him winning it. They show that they're actually happy for him, and so that's kind of the turn for him. But there's other moments too. But yeah, he's great. He's great. There's a couple characters in that show I don't like. I like them as characters. I don't like them as people. So, but we won't go into that. And I won't name any names, Jim. I really won't.
You don't know them as people.
Characters.
You only know them as characters. Okay. Jim. Okay. So
I was
number
speaking to
6
you.
would be Puxatory Phil from Groundhog
Punks,
Day.
Punxsutawney Phil.
I said that wrong. I say so many words. I should not have. I should not do something like this. Yeah. Mainly because it was one of the first ones I thought of when we talked about this list. I really don't have a whole lot of love for the animal. It probably shouldn't be on my list, but it's the first thing I think of when I think of animals in movies.
Well, I mean, it's the movie is. Oh, I'm getting an echo through your speakers there. I think. Oh well. No,
What's
it's
that?
gone now. Well, I was hearing myself. I was getting feedback through your audio for a
Oh,
second there, but it's gone now. But yeah, I mean, he is Groundhog Day, and he's the groundhog. So yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
and
it's
it's
a
a pretty
very
iconic
iconic
movie.
character. Pretty iconic. I said very iconic. So now we're talking adjectives with iconic again. We need to figure out an iconic scale. Like we need the whole Shawshank to Battleship for I almost said for icony for iconic levels. But yeah, don't
That's
drive
right.
angry. Don't drive angry.
Yes, I'm more
That's
interested in the scale now.
well, it would be almost like a boatload scale or a truckload or a
Barely iconic.
yeah,
Barely iconic.
barely iconic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Punxsutawney Phil, number 6. Nice. That's a great. I have no issues with that. I do not veto your choice.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. My number 6, Zazzy. The episode where Sheldon gets the cat. Tim and Amy break up.
That white cat hanging on the back of the couch is cracking me up for some reason. It looks like it's about ready to go over.
It looks like it got ran over, doesn't it?
But yeah, it's somebody visited a taxidermist before the show.
Yeah, it's definitely on some medication there,
The muscle relaxers.
right? So yeah, so Sheldon and Amy decide that they're going to split up because they don't respect each other's professions. They don't agree on it. So the logical choice is just to break off the relationship. And so they go their separate ways, and then Sheldon gets bummed out. This is where you started yawning the other night too. I
No,
think
it
when
was
you don't.
not sooner.
So Sheldon gets all these cats. He names them all after these physicists and stuff, except for Zazzy, because he's very Zazzy. So, of course, then his mom has to come and get him out of his funk. And yeah, that is my number
I
6.
can't remember how she got him out of the funk.
Well, remember she let him just be himself for a little while, and Leonard kept trying to, don't look at him. He was like a deer in the headlights, and then finally she just had to tell him to get over it.
Oh, I thought that was I thought that was in the first season where he got fired.
Maybe I may have the two. I may have the two confused.
There's nothing better than calling one of us out on something live on video.
Huh. Okay, let me see here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the deer in the headlights one is when he's getting fired. When he got fired.
When his mom hooks up with
Well, yeah, with his boss. Yeah.
the boss. Let's see here. The Zazzy substitution is. See now
I
I'm
mean, we
doing
read
like
about Amy and him breaking up. That's sad, but
right. Where are we at here? What season am I in? This is season 4, episode 3. Wow, so it is later on. Okay. Despite not considering her his girlfriend, Sheldon and Amy are spending a lot of time together. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Leonard calls in the one person who he believes can get through to Sheldon, and that's Sheldon's mom. But he doesn't go on to say. Yeah, it doesn't go on to say what she does. So, oh well, now I'm just going to have to watch it again. Yeah.
that's all right. I mean, it doesn't change the cats.
No, it doesn't. I still like Zazzy. The rest of the story was just killing time.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Oh man.
we have to fill an hour. I don't know why we have to fill an hour. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's It really doesn't.
Yeah, we have a quota that we set for ourselves.
Right.
So my number 5 is a new one, the Cockermouse from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, I just saw that episode. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty early on.
No, season 6.
No way is that season 6.
Yeah.
Now we're just going to spend time googling stuff.
I know.
Anyway, so Marshall and Lilith and Lily think they saw a new animal, half cockroach, half mouse, and they end up catching it, and they're going to throw it out the window, and they throw it out the window, and it's like, oh man, all I know is that I've watched that scene 3 or 4 times every time I watch that episode, because it ends up being able to fly, and it's just a very.
Oh, that was in season 1. You're right again. What episode am I thinking of? Man.
I don't know. See what I have to work with, man.
What am I thinking of? They're staying in a hotel room, and there's a mouse running across the floor.
I don't remember that episode in How I Met Your Mother.
Huh. It might have been some other show. Who knows?
I
It's
bet it
very
was
possible.
I bet it was season 6.
Very possible.
Yeah,
Cockermouse.
yeah, the Cockermouse.
Nice. I don't remember the Cockermouse at all.
Oh, you just got to watch the ending when they throw it out the window and it can fly. It makes me laugh out loud every time.
But that reminds me of the episode of Big Bang Theory where Penny gets the chair from the street.
Oh yeah,
Or is that Friends? That's Friends. Well, it's also Big Bang
No.
Theory.
yeah, it's Big Bang Theory.
Friends, they get the crib. Remember?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So same sort of thing, but yeah.
I
Man.
wonder why we get all these episodes confused. It's all the same plot, just different characters.
So for people who thought that opening scene of our intro about us not being experts thought that was just for entertainment purposes, I think we've
I think
pretty
we
much cleared up
prove it.
any
We prove it
misconceptions.
day after day. You don't even have
That's
to
right.
follow us on Twitter, and
Fantastic.
we prove it there.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So, Cockermouse. All right. My number 5. Now, I'm 100% positive about this one. So, this is the Scrabble Tile episode with Marcel. Ross is unsure if he's going to feel like a father at any point because Carol is pregnant and he still doesn't feel that attachment to the baby. And he asks his dad about it. His dad tells him he first knew when Ross reached up and grabbed his finger. Well, Marcel, after putting all their TV on Spanish language and all that kind of stuff, ends up coming up with this cough. They take him to the hospital, and he has swallowed some Scrabble tiles. Well, they do the surgery or whatever, the procedure, and they pull out the M, the K, and the Y. And, of course, they think he was trying to what?
Spell monkey.
Spell out the word monkey. Yes. Spell out the word monkey. That is just a hilarious scene. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
So funny. So funny. That's a pretty big episode all the way around. A lot of stuff happens in that.
Funny, I don't remember anything else. It made me start thinking of when Nana died,
Yeah,
and twice.
right.
Anyway, for some reason, it made me start thinking about that. That episode makes me laugh. That scene makes me laugh. What you drinking in there, Steve?
I'm having a Moscow Mule.
What's in that?
It's vodka and ginger beer and lime juice, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
So the other drink I've been drinking is the gold rum with the cherry Dr Pepper. Now I looked today; it's delicious. Oh, it is so good. I looked today to try to find some chocolate liqueur, cream de cacao, or something like that to put in it to make like a chocolate covered cherry. I'm trying to make like a really tasty drink that I want to kind of figure out. So trying to whip some stuff up here. but we have 3 stores that sell alcohol in our town, and none of them have anything like that. So I have to wait till we can get out to Reno. But yeah, uh, and then the occasional blue moon here and there. Oh yeah, sun's out, alcohol's out. So we talk about drinking, and we probably drink. You and I probably drink less than most people we know. It's just as we just talk about it when we do it. So it's like once a week or twice a week or a couple here and there.
Yeah, I've had one drink. Well, I've had 2 drinks this week. I did have one on
Right.
Easter Sunday. But
Right. Otherwise, we would do an intervention.
yeah, I'm trying to cut back on my drinking.
Yeah, I'm trying to up my intake
Yeah,
a little bit.
understandable. I mean, gotta have goals.
Got to have goals. That's right. Got to have goals. So the M, the A, and the Y, the Scrabble tiles. Number 4.
My number 4 is Jake from Shawshank Redemption.
Jake the Bird.
Just a great bird. So I was thinking about this since we talked about it once already. It's a very important character for Brooks's whole story. And the first time you meet him, when Andy Dufresne pulls out the maggot from his food,
Uh-huh.
and Brooks asks him, "Are you going to eat that?" And
Right.
you're not sure if this old man is crazy and is going to eat this maggot or what. So, yeah, I really enjoy that scene. And then he feeds the bird, and he ends up letting the bird go, and he hopes her come back and visit when he's out, and he never does, so he kills himself.
Aww.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty important, pretty big scene.
So that was on the other night. My wife had it on after was it Saturday night? I don't know. But anyway, my wife was watching that again recently. Great movie.
I thought that story was going to go somewhere.
Well,
No.
I had nothing to do.
I thought you were going to say it was on, and I saw the scene, and it made me think of this. And you're just,
No,
sure.
I walked out, and it was right when the warden threw the pebble through.
Oh yeah,
Raquel was
yeah. It
was revealing her little secret,
Yes.
her dirty little secret.
Nice. All right, and my number 4 was down lower on your list, and it was this one here. Where are you, Vincent?
Where are you, Vincent?
So Vincent from Lost, from the very first season, very important character. He plays part in so many people's lives, from Walt and Michael's relationship, helping them out, to Shannon helping her out after Boone dies, kind of following her around, and then going with Rose and Bernard later on. And then at the end here, with Jacqueline in the jungle, he comes out and lays down next to Jack. And it's just constant throughout the series that he's there to be a comfort. So
Yeah, just good dog. I like that Locke makes the whistle and gives it to Michael for he can bond with his son.
yeah,
Yeah, just a very good plot device, I guess, for the
Sure.
show.
and he just disappears for
Yeah,
episodes at a time. I mean, I guess that was probably easier for the directors, and the TV maker show people, whatever they're called. I don't know, the best boys, the key grips. It made it easier for them to just not have the dog on there for weeks at a time. But yep, definitely played an important part. And of course, many times that they thought it was going to be a monster coming out of the jungle, and it turned out to be Vincent. So they used him as a
decoy.
decoy.
Oh, the spiders from the Apollo, and they could have been on our list.
Oh, they could have. They were great.
Yeah, the Nico and Paulo story.
Nikki and Paulo.
Great
Nico.
episode.
Nico and Paulo.
I don't understand why people hate that episode. I like that episode.
Nikki and Paulo. It's a good episode.
Yeah, I enjoy
It
it.
just doesn't tie to anything, but it's a good episode.
My wife was sitting was literally almost standing on the couch at the end of that episode.
Oh, it was creepy. There's
Yeah.
no doubt. It's a creepy episode for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Eddie from Frasier.
Eddie from Frasier.
My dog that can stare down a psychiatrist and win.
Yeah.
Yeah, just an amazingly well-behaved, an amazingly well-gifted, just a great acting dog. He does good on the show.
He sits still very well. He's very well trained to stay.
Yeah, he anything they ask that dog to do on the show, he does well. Obviously. Otherwise, why would
Right.
they put it in there? But yeah, it's just he's a lot of fun. He makes me laugh. Yeah, from his dad not wanting the dog to get neutered to the staring thing. The staring thing makes me laugh the hardest.
Yeah, I hear you. Do you think he's your favorite Eddie on TV? We need to do top 10 Eddies.
I don't know, Eddie Munster.
Uh-huh. Eddie Haskell. Chandler's roommate, Eddie.
Oh, he might be my favorite.
Yeah, he's my
He
favorite.
might be my favorite.
Yeah, he's great.
When he puts that fish in his pocket, that's quality.
Yeah.
What other Eddies are there? I'm trying to think. What was Boner's real name in Growing Pains?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was Ed Stabone, wasn't it?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I think you're right. Yeah.
There's a deep cut.
It's great. That's great. What a great name. What a great name. Awesome. So, all right. What was that? Something buzz.
Yeah.
Anything important?
My phone's on. No.
Okay.
Job related.
Job related. The dirt is still on the onion.
What's that?
Job related. I said the dirt is still on top of the onion.
No.
The pig is still in the shed in the barn.
Well, that's true. It's no. My boss is going on vacation for a couple weeks, and so
you're
so
in charge.
I got to do some maintenance in the barn, and I have somebody come helping me. So.
Oh, gotcha. Nice. Fix the beer fridge.
No, we had a motor go out on a fan.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. My number 3, the chick and the duck race. So Phoebe and Joey. I was reading Phoebe actually was scared to death of both of those birds. Of course, they let them go. The goal is to get the Nutter Butter first. The duck gets the Nutter Butter. Phoebe says, "That's not Nutter Butter. That's no wonton." Joey says, "Judge rules, Nutter Butter." So just a fun scene.
Yeah,
the way that Joey and Phoebe interact.
And well, my 2 favorite Friends characters is always good on screen.
Oh yeah.
And then the birds are great.
Yes.
The chick becoming a rooster and Rachel going across the hall, knocking on the door. And, what is that racket? And Chandler saying, "You," and then, well, we think the chick's becoming a rooster. We're getting a second opinion. It's just good stuff.
Of course, then it swallows the engagement ring, the duck. We get that with it. Where they think the stripper stole it. Ross's engagement ring.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Then you get them trying to get the chick to swim to see if it can swim, and it can't.
Trying to figure out if it's a boy or a girl.
Boy or girl, yeah. Yeah. And then, of course, it. Speaking of Eddie, or no, that's not Eddie. That's Ben Stiller's character. The yeller, the one with the yeller. It poops in his hand.
You stupid dog! Quack quack quack. Yeah.
That's right. Step away from the bird.
Step away from the bird.
Speaking of pooping in his hand, Number 2.
I don't think I got that joke you made last time. I got it this time.
The
uh,
last time you were kind of focused on not doing
pooping
it
myself.
yourself.
Yeah. So my number 2 is Baxter from Anchorman, and I implore you to go watch this movie, if not for anything other, just to know what I'm talking about here. When he has this dog and it wears a retainer at night, wears pajamas, and when it's barking at him, and Ron Burgundy is like, I don't speak Spanish, and it's just so funny. It makes me laugh. Jack Black kicks it off the bridge. Then he comes back and saves the day by talking to the bear. Baxter is better than Rin Tin Tin.
Ooh. That would mean something if I ever watch Rin Tin Tin.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, anyway, Baxter is just a great dog that means a lot to Ron Burgundy, and grows on me more and more every time I watch.
Nice. Love it, love it. All right, my number 2. Phoebe runs over her dad's dog. So Phoebe goes to meet her real dad for the first time. She takes Joey and Chandler, and this evil demon dog is outside the house, and so they don't want to get out of the car. Phoebe's kind of scared to get out anyway. She doesn't really want to go meet her dad, so this kind of gives her an excuse. Joey throws a sandwich to it. The dog eats the sandwich and then comes jumping right back up, growling and jumping in the window. It's pretty funny. And then Phoebe decides to leave, and as she's leaving, you hear the dog squeal. She runs it over, and that leads to her bringing the dog to her dad's house in a full body cast, where she meets her brother and all that. So, yeah, good episode.
Yeah,
Good episode. Again, Joey and Phoebe together.
and Chandler was there too.
And Chandler was there too, yes.
So my 3 favorite characters.
Right.
You
Only
put them
3
all
more to
together.
go.
My 6 favorite characters.
That's right.
Anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, that takes us to our number 1.
If you're still here,
Number 1.
why? What do we have to do to make you leave?
We should start with number 1 just so people can leave earlier. Work our way down to 10.
Oh yeah.
That would be no. I bet nobody else on YouTube is doing that.
We should do that. We should be different.
Start with our favorite, then work down.
Yeah. We're do the Shawshank to Battleship ratio.
Right.
My number 1 was PD from Dumb and Dumber.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because it makes me laugh the hardest. Yeah. If you're going to send a sign by ripping the head off a parakeet, probably not the best one for these 2 guys, because all they end up doing is selling it to a blind kid.
I don't think they got that message.
Yeah. Yeah. It just, whenever they cut to the kid and he's petting it, oh, Petey,
Pretty bird. Polly want a
really
cracker?
makes me laugh.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
I also have to, well, honorable mention after this. Go on. I'll let you go now.
You let me go now. You let me go number 1. All right.
Unleash the hose.
I had problem finding this one the other day too, didn't I?
Well, hey, what unleash the hose? I don't know.
My number 1, Marley and Me. This movie is a brutal movie for anybody especially if you've ever owned a dog, a pet of any kind that you had through its life. So the whole movie, this dog is just a nightmare, destroying everything it sees, chewing everything up, just a pain in the butt. And they're constantly telling it how horrible of a dog it is. You're a bad dog. You're a horrible dog. We should have never got you. That sort of thing's happening. And then through its life, they become more attached to it. And then this monologue, this is just one little clip from it. As you can see there, it says, "I love you more than anything. I don't know exactly where we go from here, but I want you to remember you're a great dog, Marley." And that moment in that movie is just, it's one of my favorite in any movies ever. And it's definitely a tearjerker. So, yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
number one.
it's rough.
Mhm.
I don't remember anything else in that movie besides having shiny cheeks at the end of it.
Right. Yep. That's a good one. So that was my number one.
That's a great one.
What do you got for honorable mentions? You were about to mention something else.
Yeah, the dog fight. Well, yeah, the fight with Matt Dillon and the dog and Something About Mary.
Oh, God, that's a good. Oh, that's good. Yes.
Yeah, that's a great scene. It probably my favorite scene in the whole movie.
Yeah, that's good.
He uses the lamp to bring it back to life and just cracks me up.
Yeah. Oh man, there's another movie I gotta go rewatch. Yes. Man. Yeah, we mentioned some other ones before too, like A Dog's Journey has some great scenes. I mean, you can get into all the classics like Old Yeller and Lassie and
Where the Red Fern Grows.
oh. So I was in the fourth or fifth grade. I think it was fifth grade. And we were reading this in class, and the teacher would have us read out loud. And all I remember them dying, but I remember the scene specifically because one of the kids was reading the part, and it gets very descriptive. I was 10 at the time, so this would have been 38 years ago, and I still remember this. I haven't seen it since or read it since, but the scene is the dog has just been busted open, and it's actually a blood bubble comes out of its mouth. And as one kid's reading that, another kid just hits the floor, like passes out straight, fainted from hearing that scene about the blood and stuff and the gore that was happening at that point in the story. And so it gave a bunch of 10-year-old boys who thought they were pretty cool trying not to cry a reason to make fun of somebody else. So it was great timing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what you do when you're 10, right? So, yeah, I'll never forget that. Great book.
Yeah, I only remember the movie. Another great Friends episode is Phoebe. What are you doing, Timmy? With Old Yeller. Anyway.
Yes. Yeah, or Cujo. Yeah, talking about Cujo. But yeah, Old Yeller. All the films. Yeah, my mom didn't want me to see all the bad stuff. Oh, you mean the drug addicted lady who killed herself, or whatever they say? I can't remember the exact quote. Yeah. She was really worried about it. Oh man, such a good.
Oh,
Nice.
What about the flying animal in Never Ending Story?
That's more of a being, I think. Like that's like a magical creature. I don't know. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also a good book.
Never read the book. Jaws.
What about the stupid eagles from Lord of the Rings that could have ended the whole story like 2 books earlier?
I know. I just saw something on that earlier. Yeah. Why did they just fly there to start with?
No idea. I mean, it would have ruined the story.
Yeah,
it would have saved a whole lot of lives. They probably wouldn't have even had to have the people go. They could have just given the ring to one of the eagles and had it drop it in the. They were pretty smart eagles.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I know.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't the one I wanted. I wanted to show just one last little. I missed showing it. So, this where are we at here? Video clips. This was when he was a puppy.
Is it gone?
Just a little quick one.
Where'd it go?
Cute puppy.
I like that one. Yeah. He used to be so cute. Now he's just a nightmare. No, he's not. Anyway, that was a good show, Jim. That worked out much better than
Then
Saturday
maybe
night, I
the
would
whole time
think.
like this. My number
You-
2 is
I think you only yawned once, maybe twice.
well.
You didn't?
I just made him quicker during the video.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Well, and I'm tired. I mean, I think we've talked about how busy my week has been. So, but this went much better than the first recording.
It did.
Yes.
Next week will be our top 10 comic book movie moments.
Comic book movie moments. I better write that down.
Yeah, write it down. And don't send me like a message Saturday morning and be like, hey, I got my list done. And then send me one 10 minutes before we start the show and said, I totally screwed up my list. Try not to do that.
Well, because we originally were going to have scenes with pets,
Yes.
and all I did was pets. And
Right.
it was, yeah. So I'll try not to.
And other than that, I think that's going to be about it. I guess there was no Gathering of the Geeks this week, was there, because of Easter?
No.
Man, I looked this morning. I was going to put it on while I was getting on the treadmill, and it wasn't there, and I was very disappointed.
Yeah, I was disappointed when. Well, I don't know. It was last night.
Yeah. Anyway,
I watched TV.
sure.
Can't remember what
Definitely.
I watched last night. I don't know.
Don't know. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us, everybody. We would like to thank you again for watching Midlife Vices episode 209, You Filthy Animal. We are the Boost for Gold of YouTube shows. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.